Right now, I want to talk about responsible pet ownership. With us this morning is President of Petco Love, Susanne Kogut. Thank you so much for being part of this. This is the third annual. We know the need is great. We also know that we can stop this crisis, and it starts with ourselves. Being a responsible pet owner, microchipping your pet, getting your pet spayed, neutered, and providing a loving home. And we know there are two ways that these pets find their way into shelters.
Yep. The number one way that pets are going into shelters is lost pets. Pets are lost, and they don't get their way back home. So that it's like about half of the pets are lost pets coming into the shelter. The other
Microchipping is a remedy for that.
Microchipping, and I'm going to tell you another interesting one too, and that's called Petco Love Lost, right? So Petco Love Lost, every pet owner should go on now and just register your pet on Petco Love Lost.
Whether your dog is microchipped or not. In addition to
microchipping, if you register and then your pet goes lost, you just go back on and just say, hey, my pet's lost. And then if someone who finds your pet, if they then post it there, we have image recognition technology on this. It's a national lost and found pet database, and it'll connect you with the pet owner. Yeah. And then they can get together and just reunite pets directly, in the communities where they go lost. Like, sometimes pets are going lost in one, neighborhood, and the shelter could be 30 minutes away. And sometimes people don't even think to go look in the shelters. By the way, only 20% of lost pets in shelters are finding their way back home.
Oh my goodness.
So, it's not about not only getting them adopted, but let's keep the pets with their owners in the first place.
Yeah. So I want to reiterate, that's in addition to microchipping. This is a national network, and so this is free, so helpful. Free
to register your pet, free to use too. So Petco Love Lost, Lost and Found, National Lost and Found Pet Database.
Love that. The second big the second big way pets find themselves in a shelter.
Yeah, it's people that for some reason think that they can't care for their pet. We hear this all the time. Well, I just don't have time for the pet. And I think we have to remember that pets aren't like us. They don't need to be with you 24/7. Like, let's be clear, they act like it, right? When you get home or you leave for 5 minutes,
never.
And it's like you get home and it's like, oh my gosh, right?
The end of the world, right? Yeah.
But truly, pets sleep a lot.
Yeah.
And so you can have a pet if you're working, and you don't have to worry about the fact that you're working. Just that morning routine, that going for a walk, or if people have problems with their pet training problems. These oftentimes can be so easily resolved with just a little bit of patience. There's a lot of dog training programs out there. You can, go and hire a dog trainer, go to a dog training or a class, but there's also a lot of online tools to help you. I'm fostering an 8-week-old puppy.
Adorable, a shepherd mix, so smart.
She can sit down, stay, and high five. Now, if an 8-week-old puppy can do that, think of what we can train our adult dogs.
And that's setting that dog up for long-term success for whatever home.
We always encourage people, especially if they're adopting like a puppy at an event like this, start that training early. And it's all really simple. It's just about consistency. I think the other way, the other reason is for medical reasons. Sometimes people can't afford the care. The number one way to, first vaccinate your pet so you're not in a situation where the pet gets a deadly disease that could be costly to treat. Vaccinate right up front. It's an inexpensive way to protect your pet. And that there also is resources out there.
There's so many resources.
Yeah, to really help and to care for the pet if something comes up.
Yeah, and I think that's a really big takeaway from this conversation is knowing that you are not alone. If you are struggling and if you need help, there are resources for you to access. For people wanting to connect with Petco Love, how can they go about doing so?
PetcoLove.org. Just go directly to our site and it'll we even provide some things to help out pets with pet cancer and everything. So just go online.
Suzanne, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us today. A really important conversation. Looking for something to do this weekend? Come on down to GRB. We'll be right back.